When we have problems that's about work in engineering mechanics or in physics math, these kinds of problems would also appear. And this is the work efficiency. So, what is efficiency? So, efficiency is described using this formula. It is actually a ratio of the work out and the efficiency in, or the work in, right? So the efficiency formula is the fundamental definition of efficiency in physics and also in engineering. So that means it actually applies anywhere. It's just the same formula if you use it in physics, if you use it in engineering. So you might as well just memorize the formula for the work efficiency. All right, so these are all the meanings of the formula. So the N there, or the eta, is the efficiency, and it's dimensionless. So there's no dimension for the efficiency, and it's often expressed as a percentage because it's a ratio. It's often expressed as a percentage. W out is actually the useful work or the energy that is out or that is done. And the one in the denominator is actually the total energy input. So the total energy you've actually gave. So that's the total energy. All right. So the ratio, so again, it is a ratio, a useful ratio of output to the total input. So it measures, for example, this is my total input, and you have and you want to know exactly what's the output, right? So it's a ratio, a useful ratio of output to the total input. It measures how well a system converts input energy into the desired output work, right? So the value would be greater than 1 or equal to 100% due to the conservation of energy. So, and real world losses. So maybe some of the energy might be lost due to friction, due to heat, due to sound. So that's why maybe sometimes it might not total to 100. So the value could be greater than 1 or less than 100%, right? So it is unitless. Remember, it is unitless because so you can multiply it by 100 to express the value into a percentage, right? It is unitless because the numerator divided by the denominator, units are the same, it cancels out. So it is unitless. So if you have a 100% work efficiency, that's good, right? 100% efficiency, right? If you have 50, for example, if the ratio would turn out to be 50 and the percentage is 50%, then that's quite good, right? So that means your efficiency is 50%. And in some other context, the same formula is used as well. For example, in thermal engines, we have the same formula. Look at the formula there, net over in. And the in is the total heat input, right? So this would still be the total, right? It's the same concept. If you use it for electrical motors, the same formula, but maybe the variables are different. So we have P out and Pn because in electrical motors, we have P as a power. So power is energy per time. So, but the same concept of the work done divided by the total work, all right? So it is very important when you use the formula that both the numerator and the denominator must have the same identical units. For example, since it is work, and the unit of work could be joules. So it must be in joules or any other unit for as long as the numerator and the denominator, they have the same identical units. All right. If you have some questions, again, just leave a comment below, and I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.